I'd like to say that the first half of the video I sound monotone and tired, and I apologize, but my energy will pick up in the later half. Please enjoy. If you like movement shooters, what the hell are you playing right now? I mean, we've got lots of single player options, but what if you wanted to kill people while flying all over the place? It's 2025 and there's still no word about Titanfall 3. Apex is Apex, and Call of Duty is, well, Call of Duty. Apex was fun to play, but EA kills everything they touch. And Call of Duty does have some movement to it, but every time I've tried to play, I get lost in the installation process and those terrible UI menus they have. The only really good option you have for a multiplayer movement shooter is Titanfall 2, but that game is in such a weird spot. Not enough people play, so the diehard players just slam you 24/7. So yeah, movement PvP is kinda dry at the moment, not gonna lie. But let me show you a game that might scratch that itch. A game that has super clean movement and flow. I apologize in advance if you get addicted like I did. Okay, it's not Roblox, but the game is on Roblox. Now wait, hear me out, let me explain its peak, I promise. The game is called Rivals, and it has grown so fast it's basically permanently part of Roblox now. And for good reason. It's a duel-based shooter focused on 1v1s, 2v2s, and 3v3s. It can kinda get competitive, but don't let that scare you away because I'm gonna show you what this game has to offer. Man, this game has some weapons, let me tell you. You've got a solid starter rifle, a shotgun, an RPG, a bow, a sniper, and many, many, many more. Unlocking all of them is easy, doesn't take too much grinding. You'll slowly unlock weapons as you play and earn keys, the in-game currency, and by doing tasks and stuff. Unless you want to get some of the more wacky weapons. Those are insane to get, but we'll get back to that in a minute. There are tons of weapons that allow for many playstyles, so there's probably a weapon that speaks to you and lets you play how you like. And lots of playstyles get expanded upon with loadouts are everything in Rivals. Without them, there would be no game. Every loadout has 4 weapons, each from a different category. Primary weapons, secondary weapons, melee weapons, and utility weapons. Primary and secondary weapons are mainly what you'll be using to kill others just by shooting them or blowing them up. Melee and utility weapons are a little less straightforward, so let me explain. Melee weapons obviously let you kill people by attacking with them. But every melee also has a special ability while you have the weapon out. Like with the fist, you can double jump, or with the scythe, you can dash on a cooldown. And like most shooters, there's a quick melee button. This is where the melee weapons shine, letting you quickly use your melee ability and then switch right back to your primary or secondary weapon. Utility weapons also have a quick use button, letting you quickly throw a grenade that damages people, or use a horn that gives you a speed boost. Making a loadout with a playstyle in mind is super fun and satisfying. There's so many combinations you can make, all with their little quirks. It makes for great player expression and creativity. Some loadouts can be insanely good if pulled off right too. Finally, the part you probably care the most about, the movement. The flow of this game is amazing. Of course, there's a sliding mechanic, much like Apex, so if you slide off a ledge, you'll gain a boost of speed. You can also build up a high amount of speed and travel across big maps, kind of like Titanfall. The movement system isn't exactly like other games, and that's a good thing because there's plenty of tech and quirks unique to Rivals. For example, you can crouch while gaining height to stop going upwards. Or you can use a chainsaw to boost your ledge slides, and even take that further by using trampolines on crossroads. You can also slide jump on ramps to get some height. Lots of people do this on the map arena. And of course, you can take the ramp slide even further with the chainsaw. Also, if you like explosives, you can blow yourself up and get crazy speed. And you can pair that with a double jump to get even more distance. There's so much to discover in this game movement-wise, it's hard to keep up sometimes. The community is always finding new tricks, and I highly recommend experimenting. Maybe you'll find something that no one else has seen yet. Lots of games nowadays have in-game cosmetics that you can buy to make your weapons or characters look flashy. But holy crap, Rivals cooked hard. The sounds, animations, and the cool effects they have are amazing. One of my favorite skins in the game is a pixel sniper. It's got retro effects and 12 FPS animations on top of it all. It's such a cool skin I've never really seen at all in other games. Cosmetics they have is a big part of the reason I've gotten so hooked, because they're so cool. Yeah, you'll find that half of them are just different looking without special animations or sounds, but those ones are still pretty cool in my opinion. There are two ways you can get these cosmetics at the moment: buying them straight up in the shop with the price based off the rarity color, or the second option, loot boxes. Yay! You can't have a Roblox game without children gambling, right? Now, loot boxes are only for the cosmetics, so it's not like you're gaining anything game-changing, but still, loot boxes are so annoying and just filled with RNG. Luckily, they have an item shop of cosmetics that you can specifically buy the ones you want, but that's also based off of RNG, so... And don't get me started on the $50 key skins. Holy crap, dude. Yes, it's cool to see people support the developers and get something exclusive, but $50 for a single skin? It's almost worse than Valorant. But to be fair, it's not just for a skin. You also get a bit of keys and a bunch of the little loot boxes. Yay! And more RNG. Now that I'm talking about the prices, I think it's starting to turn to the point where I start talking about the bad things about the game. So... Yep, yet another way this game takes children's money. But hey, at least it's not gambling. But it does give you a competitive advantage if you have to fork up cash to have access to weapons you couldn't get otherwise. Technically, you can buy them with keys you can earn, but that's weeks of grinding for one weapon. No one's getting all the pay-to-win items for free. It's just too much of a grind. So that's how they make you pay money for them. I have no judgment for people who pay for them. I actually own some of the weapons, sadly, and I do plan on getting the other ones at a future date. I just like using the free weapons because it's just like showing people that you don't have to pay money to win. It's mainly skill that gets you there. It just sucks that it's in a competitive game like this where people are put at a disadvantage if they don't pay money. That's just how Roblox games are at times, and I'm glad it's not as bad as it is in other games. The devs do try to keep things balanced as much as they can, which is a good thing. And a funny side note is that the devs added a filter in the chat for pay to win, but that doesn't stop people from saying it. And now for the elephant in the room. Hosting a competitive game like this on Roblox means you come across many issues that even the biggest shooters out there have problems with. Hackers are a big issue with Rivals. I've come across tons of hackers. Luckily, most of them are bad because hackers just don't know how to play the game and it's just funny to make fun of them when they lose. But if you come across a hacker that knows what they're doing, it's just GG's. It's really sad that people just don't care about the game and have to hack to boost their ego. Another problem with Roblox is the ping and input delay, and it's super relevant with a shooter like this. There's been times where I'll click melee and it does the action seconds later, but that's with a lot of games sadly, and it's kind of out of Rivals' hands when it comes to Roblox servers. But they can control the matchmaking, and sometimes it feels unfair when someone has 30 ping and the other has hundreds. I'm not going to try to rant too much, but ranked is so bad. Ranked as a game mode has been teased ever since I started playing the game, and it's been the most requested thing in the game. And once they added it, it's been a disaster, leaving much to be desired. First off, they said they would remove auto shoot, but instead they just kept it and are testing a new form of auto shoot. And I will be honest, I haven't had too much of an issue with auto shoot, but it's still a pain sometimes. And the ranked matchmaking makes zero sense. Like, The top players should not be playing against silvers and golds, or even bronze sometimes. The normal matchmaking makes more sense at times, and that should not be the case at all. With all those problems, we have hackers, lag, and ping issues on top of it all. Ranked is just such a disappointment, and no one plays once they get Nemesis and the skin. I mean, the mode is a good concept, and it's kind of fun how the banning system works, and how you can only switch your loadout a couple times, so you have to really think before switching to a different weapon, because you won't be able to switch back. The banning system also leaves a sour taste in my mouth because every single game my main gets banned, while people who main AR get a free pass every time. Maybe if they added default weapon bans and added a minimum of weapons you can have before playing ranked, that's just a whole nother story with its own problems. It's just not fun to play without the weapons you like to use. So they either should get rid of banning entirely or add AR banning. Let me know how y'all think about this in the comments, because I'm curious how AR mains feel about all of this. But to be honest, in most games, I don't care for the ranked game mode at all, because I just want to relax and have fun. But this game is different. I want to succeed where other games fail. That's why I sound so harsh. It's because I care so much about this game. I really hope they fix ranked. I mean, it's just filled with sweats or hackers. There's no casual players in there anymore, because they all got the rank they wanted, or a rank that they're happy with. Even after all the hackers, ranked issues, and ping problems, I think this game is really good and has lots of potential. Even if it's on Roblox, it scratches that PvP movement shooter itch that I've been looking for a long time. But I'm glad to see others recognize it too. Please check it out and give the game a chance. I'm sure you'll be pleasantly surprised. Anyways, please enjoy some movement clips I got. Hopefully they'll convince you that the game is cool. And if you want more Rivals content, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. I'm just starting out and wouldn't mind making more videos about this game because I'm addicted. Anyways, I'll catch you later, homies. Mwah.
Let's go! Du bist der Beste! What the hell?
Huh?